I'm a retro gamer. I have played both recent and old games, especially games created by Sega. Revenge of the Shinobi, Streets of Rage, Sonic, GoldenEye. But a month ago, something happened. Something made me look at these wonderful games in another perspective. It was a foggy night, 3 a.m. to be more specific. I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the emulator since I wasn't sleepy. I chose both Sonic and Tails as my character and started playing. After reaching Chemical Plant Zone, I got bored, so I decided to play a little with the characters. I went to the part of the zone where I could find many enemies, such as Grabber, a spider that grabs the character and self-destructs, and Spiny who shoots balls of acid. I used Tails to have a little fun, since he's invincible and imitates every move Sonic makes. I took a few steps so the enemy could see me, and when it attacked, I ran, leaving Tails behind. I did that several times until something weird happened. All of a sudden, Tails' animation changed to the one he makes when he drowns, and the sound was different too. It was the sound your character makes when it touches spikes without having any rings left. The sound was very loud too, even more than the usual. I thought it was a bug since the game was playing on an emulator. I waited for Tails to appear again, but he never showed up. I decided to reset the game. Everything was normal, except for the part where the logo is supposed to appear. Tails and Sonic smiling. When I looked at it, Tails was missing. He just wasn't there at all, and instead of smiling, Sonic had a weird reaction. He was disappointed or depressed. I was getting a little scared since it was too weird to be a simple emulator bug. I tried to dodge it and began playing again. I went to the option to choose both Sonic and Tails. I did the last time, but the only option there was only Sonic. The other options were missing. I didn't know what to think. I began playing, and when I looked at Sonic's sprite on Emerald Hill Zone, he had the wrong expression. He looked uncomfortable, like when you don't touch the controller for some time. I controlled Sonic, but even running, his expression didn't change. I was seriously creeped out, so I closed the emulator and turned on my Sega Genesis so I could play correctly without all those. I didn't even know what to call them, but I'm sure those weren't just bugs. When the game started, Sega's logo was different. It was red, and the sound was louder, like the one I heard when Tails disappeared. I tried to believe it was just a glitch because the console was already very old, but I was starting to get my doubts. Despite of that weird glitch, everything was back to normal. Tails was there again. The sprites were okay. The sounds too. I sighed in relief and started playing when I reached the boss. I didn't have any rings, and accidentally Tails touched Robotnik's car and made the same animation he made on Chemical Plant Zone. And the game froze. I started freaking out and reset it. The screen was now white. No Sega logo, no sprites, no sound, no nothing. I quit. I was very creeped out by now. And when I went to turn off the console, a text box appeared. I couldn't believe it. I have never seen such thing in this game. I was more surprised by the text, "You killed him." I tried to press all the buttons on the controller, but nothing worked. I also tried to turn off the console, but I couldn't. I even tried to turn off the television, but I was very scared. By now. I sat on the sofa and grabbed the controller again. Another text box appeared. "You destroyed his life. Are you going to destroy mine too? Are you having fun? Are you?" I pressed the button A again, and I was on the Chemical Plant Zone. The background was different though. The background was more darker than usual. I could see different shades of red. Was it blood? The music was different too. It was the boss's music, but reversed and slow. Only Sonic was rare. The gameplay was normal beside one little thing. When I defeated an enemy, instead of the sprite of a bunny or a chicken coming out, I would see the same animal but torn up and in a puddle of blood. The blood was so much that I didn't even reach the second stage. In the end of the first stage, I couldn't control Sonic anymore. He began running for 2 minutes when he stopped and was said, "Are you ready? Ready to see what you've done to him?" I was speechless. I asked myself, what could I have done to let this happen? But when I realised something, did I kill Tails? I couldn't believe it. It was just a game. It was just a bunch of codes. I couldn't do such a thing. Then another text box appeared, but this one was different. There was just a yes or no option. I didn't hesitate and chose no. I knew it. I couldn't even choose that option. I had to choose yes. The game wanted me to choose yes. I did that, and it was a whole set. The screen faded to black, but 5 seconds later, I saw a close-up of Tails' corpse. It was full of wounds. His guts were thrown out, and he was missing an eye. That image was so real that I almost vomited when another text box appeared. I hope you're happy. You killed me. Were you having fun with it? I know you were. Do you want to do it again? Play with me. I'm just a simple toy for you. A simple toy for all of you. I was horrified. I felt like something different inside me. Was it guilt? It couldn't be. I'm sure more players already did this with Tails, but was he really in pain? I never touched a retro game again. I spend my days playing on my PS3. Every time my character dies, I remember what happened. I will never forget.